Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And to my fellow Kenyans, happy Jamhuri Day. Today being the 12th of December marks the day that Kenya got independence. And I think it's worth celebrating. So for the Kenyans that are within the country and also Kenyans that are also abroad, I hope you take this day with much appreciation. So today I'm just coming live from our beautiful home. I'm coming live from East Africa, Kenya. It's around 10 in the morning and the sun is out, and it's worth sunbasking because it's always good to sunbask early in the morning. So I think most people in Africa tend to not put it into much consideration, since most of the time, especially for the villagers, most of us are always outside compared to those people living in the city. So I think if you're watching this video, usually take your time in the morning, sunbask, refresh, because usually people always wait for the sunset. But also mornings are usually important because they give you an opportunity to also see part of the day, because not most people get this chance. With that being said, today is a very emotional day for us as a family, because for the longest time we've been trying to have some dairy cattle. So we have actually we have two dairy cattle, but for the past month, I think last month, we acquired some one calf, and unfortunately, this is the hide and skin for the calf. Yeah, it's the same age as the one you're seeing in front, and unfortunately we lost the calf. I think it was like 2 days ago, where we called some of the villagers, because we've been treating the calf for the past, I think, a week, because once I came from Nyabwanze, I found the calf not in a good condition. So with that time they were still treating her, but I think 2 days ago he succumbed to her health condition, and we called some villagers to help out with the skinning. Unfortunately, they did not turn up, because my dad told them that because of the calf has been being given medicine, especially being injected with strong medicine. So usually when the villagers come and when they skin a cow for you, they always have to take some meat with them. But because the calf was being treated, we did not want any person to go with the meat, because any health condition might arouse. Maybe some people might be affected. So once they heard that they did not turn up, so we were forced, I together with my dad, just to skin the calf. So I did not want to do the video, since most of you are not most of you don't like the video from the past video I posted about cutting a tail for one of our lamb. It was just an initiation stage where young lambs, I think it's the one in front of the screen. So usually when female lambs get initiated, their tail has to be cut. So I think I did a video, and from the impression from the comment section, I realized most of you guys don't like such type of videos. So we skinned the cow, my dad and I, 2 days ago. Then we decided to store the hide, because I think that's the only way we can remember the calf. The calf stayed with us for like a month, because we bought her, stayed a month in the compound together with the other calves. Then she succumbed to her health conditions. So I told my dad that from today on, we'll be saving the skin for the calf and even for the cows, so that we can keep them maybe for future reference or remembrance. And also because of the hides, they're usually expensive, because they are leather. Some people make handbags with them, some people make shoes, some people make clothes. Yes, so I think it's worth keeping. And also for the cows that are remaining, we're also trying just to take care of them, as we always do. And even for our sheep, I think we should get a few goats, because the compound being huge, sometimes it's usually hard to keep it low or not bushy. And if you have a few goats, they can eat or browse and help in maintaining the compound. So today I was giving them napier grass. Napier grass, cows usually love them. So because of the sheep, they're usually with the calves. So I decided let them eat together because we don't even tie them. They just graze within the compound. We have a piece of land where we planted the napier grass, and the napier grass is mostly for the dairy cattle. So we've been planning and planting napier grass on the piece of land because we want to have some dairy cattle to keep, because they are usually more valuable. They can provide you with milk, cheese, butter, yeah, and so on. You can also even sell some if especially the male. When you go to a farm where people keep dairy cattle, they mostly sell the bulls because the bulls are usually hard to maintain. They eat a lot compared to the female ones, and also because of the new technology where people nowadays don't really require the bulls in order for the female cows maybe to reproduce. So they tend a lot to sell the bulls as a source of revenue, and I think that's also the best thing to do. So maybe for us, maybe one day we'll also reach there, and for now we are just trying to take care of them, trying to feed them as much as possible, because at this age it's usually crucial for the calves to eat so that they can also not be weak maybe if any disease comes. And the calves, the dairy calves are usually less resistant to diseases compared to the local ones. The one with the white spots is the dairy cattle. Then the rest are local breeds. After the feeding, I knew it was time for me to go draw some water. So we usually take water from the tank for them for drinking, and we are using one of the old tires for the tractor. So we have cut it because it doesn't degrade compared to other forms of maybe putting water. So this one has stayed for I think like 3 years, and we've been using it. It's still in a good shape, good form. So that's why we kind of liked it. We're using the water from the tank for the cattle because our borehole nowadays doesn't produce any water. One of our neighbors also drilled a borehole just next to ours, and since he dug, and ours doesn't nowadays produce water, so that's why we always tend to use the tank water. It's even cleaner compared to the one in the borehole. So maybe I know in future we'll try to keep on digging. I did a video a couple of months ago where we were just trying to remove some of the mud inside the borehole, thinking that maybe we can be successful, but till to date we haven't been. So I think in future we'll try to dig more. We'll dig it deeper so that we can see if it can produce more water. But in the meantime, we're gonna just have to use the one in the tank. And I'm also at the farm, and the tree you are seeing in front usually grows where there's water underneath. So there's a chance that there's so much water underneath this maize plantation. So in any case, maybe in future, this might be a very good spot to dig a borehole. The tree indicates that there's a water tunnel underneath. And also at the farthest point down there, we have a community water pump. It's a little bit far from the home, so we can't really go over there on a daily basis just to draw water. So we kind of tend just to use the one in the tank. When we always try to minimize as much usage, because also in the compound we only have my grandma together with my parents, and they have two tanks. So one of the tanks is for the cattle, and the other one is for the domestic use inside the home. So I think I came back just to check if they had already finished. I found that the sheeps were full. The calves were the one remaining. So I tried just to give them a little bit of the fodder that was remaining. And now they were eating kind of slow. They were almost full. If you look, most people say that horses can be therapeutic, but I can also argue that cows can also do the same thing as horses, because once you stay around them, you kind of forget most of the things in your life, because cows are simpler animals, just like horses. I think horses are more therapeutic because they understand human much better compared to cows. But also, if you stay around cows, if you go to farms where there are cows usually also connect with humans, especially if you're always feeding them, if you're always close to them. They can be therapeutic as well. So I always find time just to always come around our calves. They're usually in the compound, so we're almost in the same space at the same spot more often each and every day. So it's like I'm usually close to them. So this is almost at the end of the feeding time. They're almost finishing the fodder. So just making sure that they don't leave any. And also I cut them into smaller pieces so that they can eat them more easily, because if it were the older cows, it's not usually necessary, but still you can cut them into pieces so that they don't leave any. So since we decided to keep the hide and skin, I decided to start by, initially we washed it already, sun dried it. So now the product you are seeing, it's already dried. So I decided just to wipe it out, make the fur clean, because it's so valuable, and we also want to keep it, maybe as I've said, for future remembrance. I usually see in the movies people keeping cow heads, deer heads, bulls, even gazelles. So we want to keep these as part of our collections. I know some few years back our forefathers used to have these as clothing and also as their beddings. But for us now, we want to just keep it for, maybe if you want to sell it, maybe late, but I doubt we won't really sell it. We just want to keep it. This is our first calf that we've skinned. So it's a huge step for us, and in emotional way, just to keep it. So I just want to clean it and put it back. I know this is not the last time we are cleaning it. We are supposed to clean it repeatedly for, like, I think 1 to 2 weeks, and also maintaining the leather inside, because if you leave it in a wet place, it might start to rot. So you have to keep it in a cool, dry place, and we are going to clean it more oftenly so that it can become clean as possible. Later in the evening, we went to the farm together with my mom just to pick a few pawpaw. We had a few that had already ripe, so usually we pick them because we also have monkeys around, and if you leave them, they might come and eat them all. So we usually just pick them up and go and store them. So there were just a few, I think like 3 or 4 pawpaw, and we've been harvesting them for almost, I think, a year. Pawpaw plants usually take like I think around 10 months, then after I think almost a year, then you replant it again. So they usually provide a source of fruit for us. We have a couple of them, and we've planted them in the compound to be. So this is our compound to be after we've finished our dream house. So in the meantime, this is the kitchen garden where we usually pick up our vegetables, our fruits, so that we can sustain ourselves as a family, because we are in the village, and usually it's as long as you have land, I think you should take much consideration in planting some of the fruits and also vegetables instead of buying. In the next few days, all of them will be ready to be served, because for now you have to keep them for I think 2 to 3 days, then they can now be ready to be served in the table and eaten together with the family members. So I'm about to end my video, but before I end my video, I'd like to thank you all for those that have viewed till this part or till this end, and probably the next time I'll be talking about some of the things that I've learned while building, because this is my first time building a modern home. So the experiences that we've encountered maybe till this part, because we reached the lintel. So I'm gonna talk in my next video, I'm gonna talk just briefly about maybe the few challenges, and also maybe some of the things that maybe we could have not done while building in my next video, because I think we built as I've said in my previous video, I think it was a continuous work for almost a month. So there are also some of the challenges that we faced, even for the building materials, also with the masons, because if you are building, I think there are some key interests or key points that you should look into before maybe you start, because if you don't look at them, you'll be having a little bit of trouble while building. But if you look at them before, I think they'll provide a very good stand for you to maybe build a house without any challenges. So in my next video, I'll just briefly talk about them. So this is the house. It's a very nice 3-bedroom house, and the most part of that I think we did last, and also we are trying to maybe solve, is our living room. It's a sunken, but we are gonna raise it a little bit up, because we don't want it to be down so much, because it's a retirement home. So I think those are the few things I'm gonna talk about in my next video. So this is the kitchen area, and also the kitchen areas are usually very hard to arrange, or maybe to plan, because you have to plan prior where you'll place the shelves, everything, the fridge, the cooker, everything. But as for now, we have only placed the store, because this is the store. This is the only plan that has been made so far. We haven't really touched on maybe the arrangement, because as per now we are just doing some arrangement in terms of materials for the roofing. We have timber, so we are just cutting them slowly by slowly. Yeah, so stay tuned. I hope you like the video, because in my next video we are gonna dwell so much in the do's and the don'ts in construction, because the little I've learned, I think maybe if I'm building what I'm planning to build, I think I'm gonna apply them. Yeah, because the most important thing is the material, as long as you have them. But I think we're gonna talk and dwell much into them. So these sides are the bedrooms. This is the largest bedroom. So these are for the visitors. So I think this one is the largest one. The other one is small compared to this, but obviously the master bedroom is the largest one. Yeah. So these are the washrooms for the 2 bedrooms. Yeah. So we haven't really planned on starting soon, but I think because of the festive season, I think we are gonna pause just to allow also for the masons, whoever they are, because the people that are supposed to do the roofing are totally different from the people who did the walls and even the foundation. So whoever they are, I think they are now also on their holiday period season. So I think in a few coming weeks, as I've said in my previous video, I think we're gonna now dwell much on the roofing. But in my next video, I think if you talk about some of the few things that we've also learned till this part you're seeing, I think it's gonna be helpful. So I wish you stay tuned on the channel. Very nice house. If you look, this is the back side of it, the back porch or the back veranda, close to the kitchen, because this is the kitchen, and also this over here is the veranda. So the main reason why we left it this way is because if you're maybe you can either cook over here or inside, and also this part also allow for the cool air to enter into the kitchen. So I think it's very important. We also didn't want it to leave it open, just like the front one is a little bit open. So this one we wanted to be closed so that we can have at least a design, because the front of the house can't really look the same as also at the back. So we placed this one close like this. Over here we're gonna put grills, although someone mentioned that we shouldn't put so much grills on the house because it will look like a prison. Yeah, but I think for the back side we are gonna put the grills, but for the front side we are gonna leave it open like that. So if you've watched also, if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe. You'll easily support the channel. You can also comment down below. So this is the front part. We're gonna leave it open like this. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end my video. We tried putting some design for the new subscribers. If you look at up there, let me stand a little bit far. You can see, I know it's not clear, maybe because of the light. The sun is almost gone, but maybe if I stand on this side, you can see a star shape design, which I think so nice, yeah. So for those that have watched, I wish you well wherever you are. If I put it like this, you can see the top part. Yeah, the sun is gone. It's almost 6 in the evening over here. So take care of yourself wherever you are, so that we can meet in my next video. Bye bye.